Bellum just gave us a ton of information about their access, closed playtest, open beta, some content you can expect to see in the game, and I'm going to be breaking that down in a shorter format for you right now. First and foremost, if you don't know what Bellum is, it's another milsim game similar to Arma or Squad, and it's made by Karma Cut, but it's a little bit more condensed, allowing for player communication, player tactics, and the game is supposed to really emphasize that to make it a little bit different of an experience. So first and foremost, probably the question that everyone wants to know is when can you play? So there's going to be a few different editions that you can purchase. Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition, Supporter Edition, and Founder Edition. These different types of editions are going to have earlier closed access dates, closed beta dates, and so on. The Standard Edition is going to be about $40. You're going to get a standard game key. This is not going to be launching on Steam. This will be strictly from their own website. For the Deluxe Edition, you get that plus a little more, different types of skins in the game, glove skins, watches, and whatnot. The Supporter Edition is going to be $95.99, where you get even more than that, as well as your name in the credits of the game. This is also going to help you rank in their priority queue, so during busier times, you can have priority access. And then finally, the $300 Founder Edition, where you get access to the developer Discord and a few other perks. But this is going to be the edition where you can play the earliest. I'm making this video before they announce it, but I assume the Founders Edition will be pretty much playing any day now, with the Supporter Edition coming at the end of summer, the Deluxe Edition at the end of fall, and then Open Beta sometime this winter. I myself will probably be supporting them in some way, but I want to talk about the content roadmap. They're going to be having launchers, shoulder-fired rockets, grenade launchers, then construction. They want to fortify objectives, build defenses, the E-War stuff, which I think is really cool. More BTAC tools, drones, things like that. Command is going to be a big thing. Platoon leadership, enable different roles, support call-ins, and then eventually transport with ground vehicles and light fire support, which I did not think they were going to have vehicles, but if they keep it kind of small scale like that, especially on the map that they have currently, I think that'll be cool. But I imagine if they scale and they get the support that they need and they build the game, we're going to be getting more and more vehicles, which is good. So those are basically the main points. I want to wrap up with what type of player base Bellum I believe will capture. It's like I said, it's going to be focusing more on the milsim, Arma, tactical gameplay. And as many of you probably already know, it's being developed by Karma Cut, which is probably the guy for this type of genre. And he's building it his way. They are trying to keep publishers out of the design process so they have the creative freedom, which is huge. That is, like, when I heard that in the announcement, I was like, that's spot on, man. That's exactly how it should be done. So I'm excited, man. It seems a little bare bones right now with certain things, but it's going to be playtesting. It's going to be, instead of doing strict crowdfunding, they want to give people paying to support them access to the game, which is, again, a really cool way to do it. They're also avoiding Steam, which will be, I think, a strategic move, especially early. And Karma Cut mentions in the video about the landscape, especially with FPS games, the landscape of early access and playtest and closed playtest and closed beta and alphas, and this is a big problem. I've actually bitched a lot about that with a few other people, and the FPS guys are starting to notice this. And for me personally, I just want to put my money down and I want to play your fucking game. It's very simple, and I'm kind of tired of the I understand it from a perspective of needing, the finances to develop your game, but I'm kind of tired of the Kickstarters, the paying before you can even play type stuff and all that stuff. These are strict pre-orders, and they're going to have strict dates of when you can play. And I think that's good. But yeah, Bellum's looking good, man. Their medical system, their audio from, their bullet trajectory, how they're doing ballistics all together is very unique. Being able to be affected by wind, ricochet angles, all this stuff. They really want their standard of gameplay to be based around teamwork, which again, a lot of these other games try to do that. But to me, when I look at this game, I have not played yet, but I've seen a lot of raw gameplay from other people. It's a lot more, it's already a grounded game, but it's a lot more condensed. So instead of everything being so vast and trying to work as a team, it's a little bit easier to work as a team. The pathways to get to certain POIs is accessible. It's easier to coordinate. And I think that's what's going to make Bellum stand out amongst its competitors. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. You think this is a good move with the pre-orders? Do you think the game's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be a flop? Just let me know. And if you enjoy games like this, make sure you check out our Discord below. We play all of them and we would love to see you in there. But that's all for this video, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you.